Hello everyone, this is Gorax with yet another Panilla Saga video. This time I'll show you how to complete Spire of Time, Blood Valley, Dark Abyss. This was probably the hardest level up to this point, as it took me a while to go through it. I think I was stuck for over a week here, so don't worry if you get stuck. You will eventually finish it. There's an easy way to do it once you hit the required power. Basically, this is a power wall for you. Okay, you need to have a little bit strong team and follow steps to get as many buffs as possible. Also, the rewards were quite good. Right, guys, so let's jump in. First of all, I will suggest to obviously go to this path, get this buff, move forward, pick up a scroll. The scroll allows you to collect the enemies that you defeated, so you can use them later on. And there's a neat trick to fighting these elites. If you get a buff that actually charms the front row for a couple seconds, you can utilize these extra units to take your enemies down to the best point where your main team can win. Anyway, get the scroll, move down here, collect the buff here, get back up here, collect this to unlock the whole mist, so you'll be able to see the whole area. On the way, grab the buff. Next, go here, get the extra movement, 20 points, and go here to save the progress. Once you save the progress, you'll be able to load if anything goes wrong, and it's crucial. What I will suggest doing next is looking around where you can go. There are a few ways, a few portals as well. I will suggest picking up this home where you can choose another unit and then go right, okay? Fight the enemy, and this enemy shouldn't be that hard, okay? So basically what I'm trying to tell you is pick up the easiest way. Yeah. This is pretty much it, okay? So yeah, fight this fight, move forward. The enemies are quite strong at this point, but you'll end up having a lot of buffs, okay? So definitely go there. As I said, pick up a buff, just basically whatever suits you best. There are obviously good buffs. You want to get this charm enemy on the front row, okay? And here we are in the crossroads, that's what I call it. Okay, so as you can see, this Ingrid here, she's got quite a lot of power. So yeah, she will be quite hard to get. This unit here has only 400. Ingrid above has 400,000 power, and you got these pools that regenerate your energy. You can resurrect your units as well. So keep them handy. I actually made a mistake during this this gameplay. But yeah, okay, so you got two buffs on the left, one buff on the left, one on the right, and these buffs are quite good. They're all legendary. So pick the one that suits your team the most. You want to have at least some damage reduction, damage dealt, some kind of regen as well. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll get these buffs first. This will help me to deal with the enemies to come. So yeah, here I'm actually going to go for the front row. Well, I was actually going for the rear row. I'll go for the rear row because this is where my damage comes from, and then I'll go kill this unit because it has low power, and my Draconian Conclave will get damage dealt. So all my Draconian units lost some HP, and by its right, I'll be able to actually go through this fight without any casualties. Even if something dies, I can still resurrect it, so I did not bother. And you will actually have to get these traps, okay? You'll need to do them. Obviously, I have no chance to win that Ingrid, and I don't have keys to unlock the doors. And the keys are on the bottom, and you can go for them, but it's not necessary, okay? You'll have enough movement. When you pick up all these four movements here, you'll have enough movement to finish them up, so it's not a problem. And the movement on the crossroads is not being used, so you can move around the crossroads as much as you want, so don't worry about it. as you can see, I'm using a control mage here. Right, so yeah, right now I'm thinking which way I should go. I want to show you how to get this key, so I'm checking how much HP my units have lost, and I should actually not use that. I should go, as you can see, these traps are all different. I should just go for something, as this trap will only do damage to the faction, and the other ones will do damage to all of my units. But I want these buffs, okay? I want 2 more buffs, as you want to collect all the buffs to be at your strongest point to be able to clear everything. Okay, so the fight should be alright. Yeah, nothing hard here. Okay, I'm still, as I said before, I've been stuck here for a week, so you need to know that actually you might get stuck here as well. So don't worry about it too much. Yeah, so moving forward, I'm collecting these 2 buffs. They will definitely come in handy. The more the better. They are not yellow buffs, but still useful. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm gonna go grab another 2 buffs before I decide which way I'm going. So this will damage my units again. As you can see, make sure all your units are alive, as the next traps will deal damage to all of them. So you need to make sure you have enough. This is why you get all these healing points there. So you can utilize that. It's actually quite clever level actually. Well, and it's also checking your power rarely, so that's the problem. You need to hit these power spikes to be able to clear it, and the next level is even harder. It feels so easy at the beginning, but then it just hits this wall. Okay, so I'll probably get stuck on the next level for at least a week, maybe. We'll see how lucky I am with the drops. Okay, so I'm getting this next buffs, and then we'll move forward. Okay, so I'm choosing the buffs that will boost my main team basically. Okay, I'll get another buff, and then I'll go for the keys, although you don't need to go for the keys because the keys will only be used in the middle to save some movement. And when I actually finished that, I noticed I had plenty of movement, so I didn't need to go through there because it only wasted a little bit of time and the HP and also the healing, which I could have used to do a cheeky method on the bosses. The one that I mentioned with using the buffs. As you can see here, I'm actually looking where should I go. Okay, so I'm checking the enemy power. Enemy power is usually a good suggestion where to go. So yeah, as you can see, the keys that can be used for these 2 doors over here, which will save you a lot of movement. There are other things you can utilize. So I decided I'll go for the keys for the sake of the video. So first, I'll collect all the movement around the area. So when I leave it, I can move as much as possible. I'm going to pick up this healing as well to keep my units alive, as this will do damage to my units. And yeah, okay, you could heal after, just before the fight actually, to keep your units alive, but I knew my units will survive it no problem. Although yeah, there was a close call basically at one of the fights. As you can see, my Ingrid is all about to pop. But yeah, this is why some artifacts like healing after the fight come in handy. And now I have another trap I need to step on, but my units are really low, so I need to pick up this health regen. And there's also a good buff you can obtain, actually, especially for this stage. Whenever you use these barbecues, you also regenerate energy. So this will help you to clean the next unit. Okay, so as I said, this is a step that is optional. You don't need these keys. Okay, I'm only doing that to show you that if you decide to go for the keys, you can still finish with lots of movement left. So yeah, this is basically why I'm doing this step here. And yeah, once you get these buffs at the crossroads, it's just going to be a little bit easier, and the buffs are random, so sometimes you can get like an amazing buff like a Kraken. So whenever there's a 15% left on an enemy unit, it kills it and it ignores any immunities. Okay, so that is great against Anastasia and stuff. Okay, so what I've done here is I wasted my time. Okay, so I went back to the barbecue, and I believe then I went to get a second key, which I said this is an optional step. Okay, you don't need all of these keys, this is just a waste, this is basically bait. Okay, so yeah, there's only 2 doors that you really need to open. Well, don't even need to open them, you can go all around, but it's easier if you got at least one of the keys so you can go back. Okay, so yeah, this is me checking how much movement I really need, and I decided I need all the movement I can, but I don't need all the keys. That's why I decided. So yeah, I just checked my HP, okay, because I didn't remember. So I got all my units at max HP. So I will go for the key. I believe I'll go for the key. Yeah, it's been 2 or 3 days. Yeah, so I'll go for the key. And then I'll move forward. Okay. So yeah, the thing worth remembering, I only did it to recover the HP, because the next fight I believe will be against the units stuck behind the door. Or even no, actually no, I'll do it. I'll go a different path. But I had these artifacts that whenever after the fight it heals my units, so heroes. So basically this is why I did that fight. You don't need it since you already collected 2 keys. So what I'm going to do now is I'll collect all the leftover movement. So that'll be 40 movement points, and then I'll get back to the beginning. Because both Ingrid and that shaman guy, the totem guy, basically are still too strong for me to take down. I could go with it to do cheesy fights, but not worth, as it's quite far away from the load. So what I would suggest is once you get back here, make sure you save your progress again, in case something goes wrong. So what I could do is I could go here and open these doors, which I'm gonna do, and I'll defeat these enemies. Okay, so this fight is a little bit trickier because this unit has quite high power, so you can use the cheesy strategy using single units. As you can see, I actually died over here. I think I'm going to stop it and reload it and actually go the other way around. Yeah, so as you can see, I decided, yeah, it's not worth it. Let's reload, and we're gonna go down the bottom path. Okay, so yeah, of course, if you have lot of power, you can actually get these units down. But since I wasn't too much ahead of the game, I had to choose a different path, which was much easier because by the time I get to that unit, that fight that I just lost, I increased my power quite significantly, and I think I was just like going for energy and HP regen build here after the fight. So because I knew I have strong fights coming up. So as you can see, that was a hard choice. What I'm gonna do, obviously, I don't expect my units to be at low HP. However, that will be useful, especially if you're playing the cheesy strategy. That will help you a lot. So yeah, what I went here for is basically moving forward. And at this point, I believe I was pretty sure I am going to finish it since I found the right path. Okay, so I avoided the first fight, loaded, and now I'm going to collect the buffs. As you can see, that's 1, 2. I'll get like 3 buffs. I went for reducing enemy shields and reducing enemy healing as well, because some of these shields are so good, and as you can see, this charm is really helping. The front line of enemy team is always going to hit the back line for at least a couple seconds. This is why it's worth mentioning to not pick up a freeze artifact, as this will neglect it. So for the duration, for the beginning of the fight, you will freeze the enemies who are supposed to be charmed and charge their backline. But if you freeze them, they will not move, and basically you're gonna neglect that buff. So that's important. And that's quite cool. There's a bit of quite cool buffs. So yeah. Righty, so as you can see here, I could go to the blue portal as well to get more buffs. So basically I'm using Council, Border Council heroes, but this from all victories, I'm actually fighting quite a lot. This will be a good buff. However, since I have still quite a lot of fights ahead of me, I choose the safe way by choosing the HP after the fight. And I went here to collect another buff. As you can see, 333,000 power enemy. That is going to be cakewalk for me. But the reason I choose that HP region after the fight is eventually I'll have 2 strong enemies to fight just after each other. So that HP will come in handy. Here I'll probably pick up healing. Yes, exactly. I'll go for action movement. So basically I have 3 actions I can do, and since I saved, I can actually fight this. And as you can see, I finally outpowered them. So this will be that should be an easy fight. I have like 100,000 power more than them, and usually when I tried it, I was like 100,000, well, 200,000 power below them because I went there too early. So that's the thing. Patience is a good virtue, and you should wait. Okay, you should definitely wait. As this level will get you stuck. Don't get me wrong. Even with my guide, you'll probably still struggle before you hit the right power spike. Yeah, so as you can see, I checked all my buffs because some of the buffs go well together. So I found out that I don't have that thing required for the Hati, but I still went for it. As I didn't go for the barbecue one because I know I'm not going to have any more barbecues. So yeah, I'm going to collect this box. Obviously, I collected a few boxes in previous tries, so I had like 2 boxes left. 2 boxes left in the rune. So this box and the rune in the next one. So this is why I went for the keys. So instead of going all the way back to the blue portal, which I could have done, I went to defeat this enemy and then just go through. I think actually, yeah, through the door. Okay, so I'll get 2 doors now. I was just checking the power because the next enemy is quite tricky with her jumping into my backline. But this is why I'm using the horn, as it protects against enemies like that. As you can see, my Ingrid is getting really low, but now Kaguya's passive basically procced, so she's immune to damage, and thanks to her skill set, she's healing up to the max. Yeah, so survival of units is very important. This is why I believe Horn is the best artifact in the game, as it keeps your units alive and keep enemy units at bay as well. So worth noting that I'm going to release an artifact guide very soon where I'll highlight all of that. Okay, so as you can see, I'm taking a shortcut. I'm opening the door, just checking if I missed anything. No, and I still got 79 movement, so you don't need these keys. Okay, but I'm taking a shortcut. Hydra is quite annoying. This hero is based on many heroes in similar games, and if you play Walking Dead, you know there's the ginger guy who is actually having similar power, and he can destroy your enemy team. But Hydra here is actually not a threat, although as you can see, my Ingrid is almost dead. But yeah, I managed to survive that. And I'm going to move to the Ingrid now because I want to collect another buff because I have 2 very strong enemies ahead of me. So I want to hit at least over 1 million power for my team. So yeah, I'll go for that buff, and I'll have an extra unit as well. I'm just checking. Okay, so 74 movement, that should be plenty, plus 20 here, so that's 90 now. And there's not much left. Okay, so since there's not much left, I was actually very sure of myself now that, okay, I'm already overpowering these units thanks to all the buffs I collected, and I'm going to be able to finish this level. So I was quite happy because, as I said, I was stuck here for a while. But this is the thing with this: you actually need to find a way to beat the system. Basically, there's always something, some easy path to follow, and if you follow it, you'll have no problem. Okay, so last thing, obviously each fight gives me an extra unit, so I wanted to get as many of them as possible, because I will throw them as a meat, basically, to reduce the two enemies HP, as I don't want to risk. Sometimes I turn off the auto at the end of the fight to keep my ultimates ready for the next one. Okay, so I went here for the tank, and I get another buff. Yeah, so the reason I think I went for that because I'll be sacrificing units, so I want other units to be strong as well, and just go back to the beginning point, save your progress at this point, and now you only have 2 fights left. Okay, but 2 end game fights. Okay, so I went for the rune first because this will give me a great boost, and once you pick up this rune, you can use it whenever you want. So as you can see, I'll use this cheesy strategy. I'll be using these units that I collected, and the enemy will be charmed as well. However, I think it didn't work quite well against this team, as there's quite a lot of actually regeneration on the enemy team, and the team that I built here has no damage, but power wise it was very close. As you can see, I used Hydra to take down as much HP of Ingrid as possible, and it worked. As you can see, I got her to like a half HP. So once I had that Ingrid at half HP, I felt confident. I felt, okay, this is where I want it to be. I think I can win that fight, and I'm not sure if I think I started. Yeah, I used the mercenary Moliere from one of my guildmates to ensure I win, because that was my priority. I saved the fight. Even if I lost all of my units and still get the rune, I could load up and just go for the totem guy, and that will be me finished. Okay, so this is what I've done. So I had to make sure I win this fight, and this Moliere that I borrowed is such a carry. She doesn't do damage, but she protects my team so well, and as you can see, I was able to take this fight without any hassle. So yeah, that was the most important thing for me to do, to get the rune. So that's the 4th rune I got now, and what I got left is the boss fight. Okay, the totem guy at the top. He's protecting the last box, so yeah, I could, if I lost all my units, I could just load up and then go for him. Okay, so what I wanted to do here is I had to do similar stuff I've done previously, which is to take him using different units. I wanted to, actually the shaman guy that summons the totems is quite annoying, because these totems can absorb a lot of attention, damage, and skills. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get him as low as possible, so then I could basically utilize my team. And as I said previously, there's all these altars that restore your energy. What should I have done is utilize them as well. I think after the second fight I clicked, oh no, I should have used them, so my teams will have a full energy. and that will greatly help me because all of your units recover energy, so they will deal at least a lot of damage at the beginning. Okay, but I think I felt a little bit confident with this. I used Geru to actually get to that shaman guy to poke him at the back, and I think I lost the first fight. I wasn't I think I did the wrong setup. As I said, I didn't go for the energy, so learning from my mistakes. As you can see, my Ingrid is dead. The enemies actually spawn quite a lot of pirates. So what I've done is I decided, okay, maybe I need to change the artifacts. No, I'm using the horn. I was making sure I use the horn because that's what I need. So I went for the top, okay, and that was, I think, another mistake, as I wanted to take the shaman guy down, and that was the goal, taking him down as soon as possible. And I think that I thought that it's going to work because Anastasia is so good. As you can see, the bottom is actually slowly dying. But my Kaguya is dead as well. So while I'm very close, this is not where I want to be. So I restarted. I believe I went for another team of these folders to deal some damage to the totem guy, because as you could just saw in previous fight that my Anastasia is very close to actually killing him. So what I thought about is if I take him a little bit lower, so that's why I play these assassins. As you can see, 2 of my units will jump into the back row. Okay, so I play the assassin to take him down a little bit, and I believe I got him to like half HP during this fight. Well, no, a little bit less. Okay, so he's healing back, and then I clicked like, yeah, he is going to be healing back. So I need something else. Okay, I need to make it work. And did I go for another team of these guys? I think I mixed it a little bit with some of my units. No, okay, yeah. So this is another push I'm doing. As you can see, I'm moving the assassin to eventually jump to the back line, and I should have, and what you should do, learning from my mistakes, is take this energy. Okay, this will make this so much easier. But I forgot about them. I thought they are just like a visual thing. I don't know why. And I think right now I'm checking the energy. Okay, so some of my units are very close. Okay, said, yeah, if I resurrect something, it's going to be this useless things. But then I noticed that the Laya in front, she's very low at HP. So if I do this and focus Anastasia on her, I'll be able to kill her and then move forward. So that was my goal. And what I've done here is I ensured that my Kaguya doesn't stun the enemy in the first 3 seconds, as that will be waste of the charm. And as you can see, it worked because the top lane of my enemy actually focused the shaman guy, and this is how I won. Okay, so sometimes manual fight is required because you don't want to spam all of your skills at the same time, and this is what helped me. And I should have used the energy thing as well. Okay, and this is how I cleared this level. There's probably other people who cleared it different way, and obviously I was curious what's behind this portal, but that was a bait. Okay, it doesn't take you anywhere. So I took the good order, defeating the rune, and then okay guys, this is pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Bye.